de neuf, mes amis poissons. Welcome to Tim's School of Fishing. Class is in session. Y'all didn't know I could speak no French, did you? Y'all didn't know that, huh? I'm an enigma. I'm a conundrum. Just when you think you got me figured out, you ain't got me figured out. All right. I started missing my traditional knives, and I was like, man, I really miss my slip joints. You know, that was my first love, and then I kind of went off the rails, and it was all modern folding knives all the time. So I was like, you know, I've got some vintage slip joint knives, but it's been a long time since I bought a slip joint knife. So I went and got the RoseCraft blades Ocoee River Kayak. And you guys saw this on my channel. I did a review of this. Absolutely loved this one. In fact, I loved it so much that I went and got the RoseCraft Zambezi. And I also did a review on this one. I loved those two so much that I went and I got the entire RoseCraft blade traditional knife catalog. I bought all of them. Every single one of them. I have their entire catalog now.
You have an affliction.
I do have an affliction. I absolutely love what RoseCraft Blades is doing. I think this is the best value. This is the best bang for your buck in the slip joint market right now. That's how good these are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to review every single one of these. There's 10 of them in the collection. I've already done 2. This will be the 3rd one. I'm just going to continue doing them until we go through the entire collection of RoseCraft traditionals. So let's get this camera turned around and take a look at the newest release from RoseCraft Blades that came out about a month ago. All right. I've said it before and I will continue to say it, that Andy Armstrong is one of my favorite designers. That is his mark right there that you see on the blade tangs of all these RoseCraft blades that he designed. I just think what they are doing at RoseCraft Blades is unmatched. Pound for pound, this is the best bang for your buck right now in the slip joint market, hands down, in my opinion. Right now, RoseCraft blades are currently OEM'd in China, but they have plans to bring manufacturing to the United States, and I almost selfishly don't want them to. I'm conflicted about that, right? Of course, I want them to manufacture in the United States so that Americans have jobs and American families, you know, they can feed their children, right? Of course, I want that. But when that happens, the price of these is going to go up significantly. I don't know how much. Right now, we're between $45 and $60 on each of these pieces. But I think when they start manufacturing in the United States, they're going to be at least $200. And if they go and put a different blade steel on here, you're going to be looking at $300 like Jack Wolf. And I'm afraid that's going to price a lot of people out. It'll definitely price me out. I won't have every single one of them. You know, I might be able to get one from time to time, but, you know, the price of knives these days has just gone crazy. So when they do come to the United States, I hope they keep at least just keep D2 blade steel. D2 is good enough. We don't need a super steel on a slip joint because this is not a hard use knife anyway. And if you go and put a super steel on here, it's just going to price a lot of people out. And that wouldn't be cool. And selfishly, you know, I don't want that to happen because I love these so much. All right, enough rambling. Let's take a look at this. So this is the newest one from RoseCraft Blades. As always, it comes in a little tray style box here. This is the French Broad Jack. So we're going to take a look at this first, and then I'm going to talk about the inspiration for this knife design and just talk a little brief history about it. So this one is in red apple bone. We've got the RoseCraft Rosebud Shield on here. Bolsters on each end. Those are brushed stainless steel. We've got stainless steel back spring and stainless steel liners on here. Stainless steel on the pins as well. The pull to the half stop is about a 5. Nice snap on that. And the pull to the fully deployed position is also about a 5. So the blade here comes in at 3 inches. We've got a Wharncliffe satin finished D2 blade on here that has a nice forward swedge on it. I know that a lot of guys that are into traditional knives do not like that forward swedge, but I agree with the Jersey knife guy. I like that forward swedge. I think it looks awesome. Edge on here is super sharp. Tang stamp here says RCB and RoseCraft blades. On the other side, we've got Andy's mark, D2 steel, and my camera is not good at focusing up close, so you'll just have to take my word for it. RCT 007, RoseCraft traditional 007, that is the model number. The color on the red apple bone here is just phenomenal. Absolutely gorgeous. The fit and finish is just ridiculous. Just like on every RoseCraft blade that I have, we don't have a single proud pin. My fingernail catches on nothing at all. Transitions are brilliant, and there is absolutely not a single gap on there. I mean, there is not a single. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Good grief, Andy, that is stupid. It's just stupid. You're killing me, Andy. I mean, come on. Look at this. This knife right here is $54.49. And the fit and finish is of a knife that's 3 times that much, 4 times that much. The brushed satin finish on there is gorgeous. You see that? That's phenomenal. We've got the nail nick here, walk and talk, super snappy. We've got a great snap on the opening, great snap to the half stop. Listen to that. Listen to that. That's great. That is great. Just fantastic. Fantastic. They do it again. They continue to just blow my mind. I mean, ergonomics are great. If you get up here on the kick, you can get a full 4-finger grip on that. If you choke back, it's about a 3-fingered grip for me. I am a large to extra large hand. So ergonomically, it's great. Andy's designs are absolutely phenomenal. His choice of colors, lines, designs, blade shapes, the swedge, the stainless steel. I actually like that it's all stainless steel. Stainless steel on the back spring, stainless steel on the liners. I actually like that. It looks super clean. I mean, that looks great. I think I actually like that they're not using brass. I mean, it's just so elegant looking. Let's talk about the inspiration for this knife. This knife was inspired by a traditional French design called a couteau de l'aïeul. The couteau de laguiole simply means laguiole knife, right? And laguiole is a French town in southern France. And there's really two pronunciations. If you're in southern France, they pronounce it laguiole. If you're in northern France, they pronounce the G and it's laguiole. So either pronunciation is correct. The couteau de laguiole, right? And that just means the laguiole knife. And it was initially a French farmer's knife in southern France in the 1700s. A general all-purpose farmer's knife, and then it later became used mainly for food prep and for eating. And the laguiole knife is characterized by a few things that we do see on here. It's characterized by this downward sloping butt end that they call the la bec de cobalt, which simply means raven's beak. A lot of times on modern laguiole knives, you'll see an even more pronounced beak. They are also characterized by what's called a lamouche. A lamouche is a broadened end of the back spring here at the head end of the knife, right? It comes to, the spring comes up here and it widens out, right? And initially it was just circular, kind of squared off. And then later they started embellishing that lamouche and making designs in it. And that's where the famous fly and bee debate comes from. Lamouche actually means fly in French, but in French traditional cutlery, lamouche referred to that broadened end of the spring. It was initially just plain, then they later started embellishing it, making patterns that look like a bee or a floral design or something like that. You also don't have a Wharncliffe blade. The laguiole blade is a long clip that was inspired by a Turkish clip, or the Yatagan clip. So typically on a laguiole knife, you're gonna see a long clip point, not this Wharncliffe. But I do appreciate a Wharncliffe because it's one of my favorite blade shapes. So I'm glad that he put that on there. But we still have, this beak end that's typical of the laguiole knives. So another great one right here. Like I said, these are right around $54.50 on RoseCraft Blades website. Fit and finish is phenomenal. Another home run by Andy Armstrong and the crew over there at RoseCraft Blades. Absolutely love it. I am a huge fan of RoseCraft. I am going to continue to sing the praises of Andy Armstrong and RoseCraft Blades as long as they keep doing what they're doing. I think this is the best value on the market for modern slip joints, hands down. Anyway, that's my first impressions, a little bit of history on the inspiration for this knife. So there you go, boys and girls. The RoseCraft Blades French Broad Jack. I think they did a great job on this, as they've done on every single one. They knocked it out of the park. They continue to knock it out of the park. As always, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you giving me a thumbs up and leaving a comment. I enjoy talking to you guys in the comments. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me if you got any RoseCraft blades, which ones you've got, which ones you don't have, what you think of this knife. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Fish, boys and girls. Class dismissed.